Yes.
So, good day, everyone. Love from rainy Manila today. I'm Gigi from International Justice Mission, and I'll be sharing about our program against online sexual exploitation of children. I'm glad in this round of sharing of the speakers, you will hear more from Tina on what's happening on the local ground and Sharon more on the global front. Both of them are very strong collaborators of International Justice Mission. So, this is our theory of change. IJM believes that strengthening justice systems to enforce the law will deter criminals and protect people from violence. And how does that happen? Protecting people in poverty from violence by importantly partnering with across sectors, as what Phil has been talking about, working with government no matter what, working with the church no matter what, and other stakeholders no matter what. For what? To strengthen justice systems, rescue and restore victims, bring criminals to justice, and scale demand for protection. And in IJM, we define protection by these four important things: that the crime or the prevalence of the crime will decrease, and the justice system performance will improve or increase, stakeholder and confidence and public reliance will increase, which means that non-governmental stakeholders or the public will report and they will trust that the local justice system will respond in a timely, trauma-informed, and survivor-centered manner. So I'm not going to discuss each one, but when we talk about the OSEC program protection model, these are the dimensions: community engagement, capacity development, casework, advocacy, global and local in the case of online sexual exploitation of children, survivor leadership, very important, and data management. Um, I'm not going to tell you the story of each one, but in these five programs that have already ended in the countries where we are or we finished, a working justice system will look like this. It will decrease the crime between 50 to 85%. And as you can see, the 85% reduction is one of our programs here in the Philippines, and including the two other in Cebu and Manila, which are 72 and 75%. So based on that experience, now we focused in 2016 on online sexual abuse or exploitation of children. So I will be using OSEC or OSAEC interchangeably because we mean the same here in the Philippines. So uh, what is online sexual abuse or exploitation of children? Let's watch this video and then I can speak more about it after the video.
The internet has changed the way we buy and sell. It has also changed the way young children are being sexually abused and exploited today. Right now, at a massive scale, at the speed of a click. This is the online sexual exploitation of children. Young boys and girls are sexually abused, forced to perform sex acts on themselves or each other. All it takes is an internet-connected device to live stream the abuse to a sex offender online. Sexually motivated offenders pay a local trafficker, direct the sexual abuse, record and distribute the exploitative materials, all from the comfort of their homes undetected. Over half of Filipino traffickers are the victims' parents, relatives, close family friends, or neighbors. They transact using the same messaging and social media platforms we use to talk to family and friends. Victims suffer severe trauma, and the live streamed and recorded photos and videos perpetuate the abuse. As one survivor said,
"It took me years to recover from that painful experiences, from the traumatic experiences.
in some cases, the online abuse leads to rape by the foreign sex offenders. The foreign sex offenders and local Filipino traffickers exchange contacts so a child may be repeatedly abused. In the Philippines, arrested suspects face potential life imprisonment. In demand side countries, the penalties are much less. In the Philippines, nearly half of rescued victims are 12 years old or younger. Infants as young as 2 months old have been rescued. Rescue only happens if the crime is detected, reported, and investigated by local enforcers. For these children, the long journey to restoration begins at rescue. Today, Philippine authorities work with international law enforcement agencies to refer and investigate cases of online sexual exploitation of children, leading to arrests and convictions, one case at a time, rescuing hundreds of victims. There's still so much more to be done. The internet has changed the way we
Yeah, so that's online sexual exploitation. It may be known in different names across the globe. So I'll just share some of what it's called differently, but it's the same thing there. So online sexual harm, technology facilitated offenses, image-based sexual abuse. So these are some of the names, but we mean the same thing. So back to what we're doing in the Philippines. In 2020, we did a study with more than a dozen partners, and another study done by an international NGO identified the Philippines as the global hotspot. And so for us at International Justice Mission and partners, we wanted to know what's the scale of the harm and how many Filipino children are affected by this crime. And from this study, this is the staggering number. Nearly 500,000 Filipino children were trafficked to produce new child sexual exploitation material in 2022 alone. And from this study and experience since 2016, working closely with partners such as PCMN and Viva Denmark, I'm seeing Kent here, uh, moving forward in the next 2 to 3 years, this will be our core foundational strategies in IJM together with partners. Strengthening subnational systems, meaning a strong local response and a strong community reporting. Targeted national justice system enhancements. That means critical gaps in law enforcement, prosecution, and aftercare are addressed at the national level and will cascade down to the local level. And government advocacy requiring OSEC disruption, which means a focus on the demand side, which will require tech and finance companies to be more accountable. Sharon can talk more about that part. I'm not going to discuss all the strategies, but this is what community engagement will look like moving forward, focusing on the top 20 municipalities and cities that have high incidence of OSEC based on the study. So, and then a strong justice system working together collaboratively. We want more of this, more successful rescue operations, more victims and at-risk children safeguarded, more survivors restored, suspects arrested, and offenders convicted. Still, again, we need to do more and work more collaboratively because there are still evolving threats against children online, and these are some of it. Aside from OSEC, you have sextortion and other things. Why? Because this is still what's happening online. I'm not going to read each one, but this is the danger of the children facing online. And so I would like to end in hope because we have a group of survivors moving forward with all the core strategies that I've shared. We will be working even more closely with survivor leaders of the Philippine Survivor Network because they themselves want to prevent, detect, report, and remove child sexual abuse produced or shared. And they want more accountability and disruption in the live streaming of child sexual abuse. So blessed to be here among champions and advocates of children and protection of children. And so if you want to keep in touch and be updated of our work, please check us out in the social media platforms. Thank you and God bless you. We include all the networks in our prayer every day.